Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing very well today. So today's video is going to be all about the drugstore makeup gems that I want to recommend, that I want to talk about with you guys today. So these, I don't know what I'm going to title this video yet. I don't know if I want to title it drugstore makeup gems or underrated drugstore makeup. I'm not entirely sure, but I do know one thing. These are products that I don't hear a lot of people talking about. So before we get started, I did film this makeup look. This is the last Get Ready With Me that was up on my channel. So please be sure to check out that video. I will have it linked down below in the description box if you're curious, or if you want to check out this, this makeup look and see how I created it. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first product, I can't necessarily take full credit for this because Jen Phelps definitely did bring this product to my attention, but it is the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. So e.l.f. is very, very well known for their makeup primers, but I feel like a lot of people talk about their putty primers or they talk about their newer like grip primer, but this one from e.l.f. is really, really good. This primer is very blurring on the skin and it does create a very nice and smooth canvas, which is something that I really like. And what I like about it is that it doesn't feel silicone-y at all. I don't notice that it makes my skin feel dry or anything like that. It really does just blur the skin and allow makeup to go on top of it very beautifully. And this is actually like the, I don't know if this is like the mini size or like the standard size, but they have an even bigger one, but I opted for this one because I don't need the bigger one in my collection. But yes, this is definitely very, very good and it's very underrated in my opinion. And because it's an older quote unquote makeup product, a lot of people are obviously not talking about it. So wanted to recommend that one. Then I have two foundations that I want to talk about in today's video. Firstly, the Physicians Formula Butter Believe It foundation. I feel like the only people that are talking about this foundation are me and Emily's makeup bag. I love this foundation so much. I do have the shade Fair to Light, and this is actually my special occasion foundation because it does have such a beautiful, beautiful coverage to it. It's very beautiful on the skin. It's very long wearing. This definitely is more of like a natural finish. It's not matte, it's not dewy. It's definitely kind of something that's in between. So it's gonna leave your makeup looking nice and fresh, but it's not gonna look oily or matte at the same time. So really love this one. And also because it's Physicians Formula, the shade range is going to be a little bit wonky, but if you can find your shade, I highly recommend this foundation. I have worn this a few times on my channel already. I've done a couple of Get Ready With Me's showcasing this foundation and I really like it. I thoroughly enjoy it. It wears really well. It wears like iron and I have to recommend it. Another foundation that I feel like is very underrated, it's definitely a drugstore gem for sure, and it's from Neutrogena, and this is their matte CC cream, and I have the shade Porcelain 2.0. And this foundation is definitely underrated. I feel like a lot of people don't talk about this one, and what I like about this one so much is that the formula is really nice and thin and liquidy, but in the best way possible. It's really easy to just blend over the skin. It melts into the skin very easily. I always use a beauty sponge in case you were wondering, and this is just really nice and easy to just do a nice even layer all over the skin. It really is full coverage. It's going to cover up redness, acne, any type of discoloration that you may have. I don't have any issues with the coverage on this one. And same thing as the Physicians Formula, this one does wear very, very well throughout the day. I've worn this on days where I have a lot going on and I don't want to have to worry about my makeup throughout the day. That one performs perfectly. For concealer, I have two concealers from Morphe, believe it or not, that I think are definitely underrated. They're definitely drugstore gems in my opinion, and they are, so the first one is the Morphe Filter Effect Soft Radiance Concealer, and this one is such a beautiful concealer, you guys. I love it. I have the shade Light 6 Neutral. This is absolutely beautiful under the eyes. It's very nice and creamy. It's a good medium to full coverage concealer, kind of like a middle of the road type of concealer, but I love how creamy it is. So this this one I highly recommend. And then lately, what I've been loving is, again, from Morphe, but it's from the Morphe 2 line, and this is the Hide and Peak Concealer. And in this one, I have the shade Peak of Peach, and I've really been liking this one too. Again, I feel like it's very nice and creamy. It's very nice and hydrating underneath the eyes, which is something that I always like to look for within my concealers because my under eyes are fairly dry. So yes, really love these ones from Morphe. I think that they perform so well. And because it's Morphe, a lot of people don't really talk about them, but I think they are very, you know, they're very good concealers and more people need to talk about them, in my opinion. I said it. And then for, let's see, for powder, oh, I actually do have a translucent loose setting powder. I love, 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 love this so much. And again, I have someone to thank for this. This is definitely not my own discovery. Emily Noel is definitely the one who inspired me to purchase this, but this is the L'Oreal Hydra Perfect Perfecting Loose Setting Powder. This is a very, very good setting powder, you guys. I feel like this was supposed to kind of be like the Becca Hydra powder where it felt like water when you apply it. I definitely don't have that feeling or that experience when I use this, but what I love about this powder is that it is so finely milled. It definitely does put a soft filter to your complexion. It makes your complexion look so nice and so smooth. This powder is not drying whatsoever, which is something, again, that I really, really enjoy because I don't always want my powder to look cakey or to look heavy or drying. I definitely still want my, you know, luminosity of my foundation or my primer to still come through, and I still feel like this powder allows that to happen. But yes, this is just such a good one. I feel like you can only pick this up at Walmart, by the way, and I do have the shade 916 Translucent. Okay, for pressed powder or powder foundation, I talk about this all the time, so I do apologize, but I feel like, again, not enough people talk about this powder foundation, and it's so good, and it's the one from Makeup Revolution. This is the Conceal and Define Satin Matte Powder Foundation. I do have the shade P4, and I actually have a hit pan on mine. It's a very tiny pan. I'm sure you can see it right there, but I use this all the time, you guys. This is so good. I actually was kind of surprised when I looked on the Ulta website today, or it was like the app. I'm actually fairly surprised that this is sold out in a ton of shades. It's actually on sale right now, so maybe this is getting some hype like on TikTok or something, but this is definitely very underrated in my opinion. I feel like a lot of people, they talk badly about Makeup Revolution because they feel like the amount of products that they come out with, like the quality is not as good, and that's definitely the case with some of their products, but they have a lot of hits as well. Now, I do have one cream bronzer to talk about, and it's the only bronzer that I'm going to speak about in today's video, and that is the Wet n Wild Contour Makeup Stick. Wet n Wild is so slept on, you guys. Wet n Wild is a good, highly performing makeup brand. Do not sleep on them. They have so many great products. They have great foundations. They have a good tinted moisturizer. They have a great setting powder, really good setting sprays, eyeshadow palettes, brow products. I mean, the list goes on, and this makeup contour stick is no exception to that. I have the shade Oaks on You, and I've had this for a little while, so it might be getting a little bit older in my collection, but this is a beautiful formula. It blends out so nicely. I absolutely love the shade, and this is something that I feel like I've used interchangeably with my Milk Makeup Cream Bronzer. I love that bronzer so much. It's definitely one of the first cream bronzers that I ever fell in love with, and this Wet n Wild bronzer is so close to that. I just feel like Wet n Wild as a brand is completely slept on, and people are just raging about these cream products right now, and I'm like, why aren't people talking about these wonderful cream products from Wet n Wild? Like, seriously. Then I have some other cream blushes to talk about. Going back again to Makeup Revolution, I just feel like they have some really stellar products, and this is their blush balm, and I never noticed, but this is literally the same name as the Flower Beauty blush balms, but whatever. But this is from Makeup Revolution. It's a liquid blush, again in the shade Blush Balm, or again This is their blush balm, and I have the shade Dolly Rose. But this is a beautiful, beautiful liquid blush formula. I really like it because it's very easy to blend. I don't have any trouble blending this into the skin. I don't notice that it picks up my foundation underneath. I feel like you can still see it even though you're wearing powder on top of it. Like, I have nothing but great things to say about this liquid blush. I did directly have to pick this up for Makeup Revolution's website, so I'm not sure when it's gonna come to Ulta, but when it does, grab 1 or 2 of these because they are so, so good. Then I have some other cream blushes that I want to talk about. Firstly, Believe Beauty. Do not sleep on Believe Beauty. They are, again, a drugstore brand that you can find at Dollar General. I was gonna say Dollar Tree, Dollar General, and everything is under $5, I believe. And this is one of their cream blushes. This is their cream blush, or Color Me cream blush in the shade Doll Face. And these cream blushes are so, so good, you guys. I was honestly shook when I tried these for the first time. I was like, oh my gosh, these are like $5 or $4.50 and they perform this good. The shade Doll Face is very beautiful. It's this really nice cool toned pink color, perfect for cool toned eye looks. And again, they wear so nicely. They blend onto the skin very beautifully. I have 0 issues. And so the fact that those are so affordable, I want to say they only come in like 2 shades though, so that kind of stinks, but pick up the 2 shades because they're worth it. They're so good. Also, underrated in my opinion, again, just drugstore gems in my opinion, are Undone Beauty cream blushes. I absolutely love these cream blushes from Undone. These are probably my favorite cream blush formula ever because they are so pigmented. They wear all day long. I can still see them underneath powder, which is so nice. And I have 3 of them. I have the shades Flare, Rosewood, and Rosy. So this is Flare, Rosewood, and then this one is Rosy. So again, really love this formula. I love, 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 love the shades as well. Rosewood is probably my favorite, then Flare, then Rosy. But yes, I feel like Undone Beauty as a brand, kind of like Wet n Wild, is definitely slept on. There are a lot of great products from the line that a lot of people don't talk about, and it's a shame because they are honestly one of my favorite brands. Then we're going to get into powder blushes, and I have none other than the Revlon powder blushes. These are so good. These are definitely underrated. The one that I have here is in the shade Oh Baby Pink, and these just perform so good. They're so pigmented. I love the shades that they have. My favorite shade is in the middle. It's Apricot, and then I have Naughty Nude, and then Oh Baby Pink. And so these just perform really good. They perform so, so well. Again, they wear very well throughout the day also. I love the formula. It's this really nice, just soft matte formula that definitely blurs the skin a little bit when you wear these. And some of them do have a little bit of a sheen to them also, which is very, very nice. Then let's get into what else? Highlighter. So I actually have 2 highlighters. Yes, 2 highlighters to talk about. Going back again to Undone. This is such a slept on highlighter. This is the, this is actually called their Nonzer. I don't know why, maybe because it's not a bronzer, I'm not sure. But this is their highlighter, and it definitely has like 4 strips. They kind of vary in tone. So we have a more like pinky highlights right here, or rose gold highlighters, and then definitely a gold highlight, and then more of like a purpley toned highlighter. These perform so well. They're so nice and just like glass-like on the skin. I'm sorry if you hear the ice cream truck. They're almost like glass-like on the skin, and they are so smooth on the skin. They don't emphasize any texture. They perform very similarly to like my Flower Beauty like highlighting palette. They're very similar. But what I like about this is that it's all of that in one pan. It's a very large pan, but you could use these as eyeshadows, as blush toppers, as fun highlights with the purpley one. So really love that one. And then I have a liquid formula, and this is the Wet n Wild Halo Glow liquid highlighter, or Hello Halo, excuse me, liquid highlighter. And I have the shade Halo Goodbye, and this is so pretty on the skin, you guys. I used this the other day, and was kind of taken aback at how beautiful this is on the skin. It's very, very gleaming, as you can tell. It's almost kind of icy, almost duochromy, but the formula is so nice. It's very pigmented. And again, going back to it, it lasts all day long, which is really nice. I love that about cream and liquid formulas. And I feel like the Rare Beauty ones are definitely very hyped. Of course, the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood, what are they? The highlight and contour blush ones, all of those are very popular as well. But you have a very stellar liquid highlighter that's probably under $5 right here. This is good. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm flying through these, which is great. So now let's get into brow products. So I have two brow pencils that I wanna speak about. The first one, again, you guessed it, Wet n Wild. This is their retractable, I always have such a hard time saying that, brow pencil. I have the shade medium brown, and this one is kind of like the ABH, let me set this other one down. This one is kind of like the ABH brow definer, as it has like that teardrop shape, but this brow pencil performs so well. It is the brow product that I have in my brows right now. I love the color. Medium brown is perfect for my hair color, and this is just so good. It's so easy. If you have naturally pretty, you know, I don't want to say bushy brows, but pretty full brows, or you don't have to do a lot to your brows to make them pop up, then definitely I would recommend this product, because you can do your brows like within seconds. And I love that, because doing my brows is one of my least favorite parts of the makeup application process. So really recommend this one. The other brow product that I wanted to recommend is from L'Oreal, and this is the Brow Stylist Shape and Fill. This is the triangular tip mechanical pencil, and I have the shade Brunette. So very similar to the Wet n Wild. This one is going to be a little bit pricier because it's L'Oreal, but still affordable. And again, very similar shape. It's that triangular tip, that teardrop tip, and again, quick and easy way to fill in the brows. Love the shade, so really enjoy that one as well. Now let's get into some eye products. So I don't have any palettes. I always talk about palettes on my channel, and I really just wanted to kind of highlight some singles that I have in my collection. So firstly, the one that I have the most of to talk about today are Maybelline single shadows. Did you know that these are actually really good? So I have 4 of them, and I love them. I wear them pretty regularly-ish, like I would say maybe like once a month or so, because these are great ways to, like, for me to just kind of throw on something on the lid and then go to work, call it a day. Sometimes I don't have the energy, or the time rather, to create a full eye look, and so sometimes I like to use these. And so I have 4 of them. I have the shades Nude Glow, and this one is definitely more of kind of like a rose gold color. It's very, very pretty. And then I have the shade, I want to say Sterling Grayish, and this one is kind of like a taupey kind of grayish color. Very, very pretty. And then I have the shade, the Glow Down. This looks very beautiful on your lids. It almost gives your lids kind of like a wet look, kind of like you have this really beautiful glow to your eyelids. And then lastly, I have the shade Dusty Rose. And this one is a really nice, just kind of wash of peach on your lids as well. So let me go ahead and swatch these for you guys. So here are all 4 of the shades. Very, very beautiful. I will say Sterling Grayish, this one right here, is definitely the least creamy in the formula. And so that one is honestly the prettiest, like in the pan, but it's not the creamiest. So keep that in mind. But with a glitter glue, I can see a Sterling Grayish really, really popping on the eyes, because it definitely has a little bit of like that sparkle reflect built into it. So I just really recommend these little Maybelline singles, especially if you don't own a lot of palettes or you don't do a ton of eye looks, then I recommend those. Other singles that I recommend are these from Essence. A lot of people don't talk about these either, in my opinion. These are the newer-ish to them. These are their soft touch eyeshadows. And I have 2 of them here. I actually love wearing these together. So I have the shade Eternity, which is definitely like a gray color. Really love this one. And then I have this shade XOXO, and this is more of like a rose gold color. Love this one. So let me show swatches of these two. And like I said, I love these two together. So this one, so we have Eternity and then XOXO. They are so pretty. They're almost even like a better formula than the Maybelline ones, but I just love these two together. I think that they look so pretty together. Peach or rose gold and gray together is such a stunning combination. I highly recommend. And then let's see, the other two like cream shadows that I wanted to talk about are from Revlon. I feel like I give my Maybelline like color tattoo studio shadows a lot of love on my channel, but I don't talk about my Revlon Color Stay cream eyeshadows very much. I have two. I have the shade Caramel, which is 710, and then I have the shade Pistachio, and Pistachio is so stunning. This is the shade 735, and these are really beautiful on the eyes. I'm struggling with opening it. Love this kind of like almost, I don't know, like swampy green color. It's so pretty. And these just give like the most beautiful reflect on the eyes. Here's Pistachio. Really love this kind of like muted comfort mint green color. And then there is Caramel, a beautiful kind of bronzy everyday color. Okay, now I do have one mascara to recommend. I can't believe I'm recommending mascara. I don't really highlight mascaras too often on my channel, but this is from LA Colors, and this is the Biggie Lash Mascara. And the reason that I'm highlighting this one today is because this is actually a tubing mascara. However, it doesn't come off like a tubing mascara, like whenever you take off your makeup at night or, you know, whatever time of day, it doesn't come off like that. My experience is this comes off like any old mascara. I just use my Inky List Oat Cleansing Balm and it kind of comes off like any other mascara, but this mascara does not budge or smear at all throughout the day. And so if you're wanting the effects of a tubing mascara and a non-tubing mascara, then I highly recommend this one. And it also does really great with volume and length as well. Okay, then I have a lipstick that I want to share with you, and these are called the CoverGirl Simply Ageless Moisture Renew Core Lipstick. I had to look up the name because it's not on here, but I have the shade Elegant Nude. These lipstick, again, nobody talks about these, and I think they are such a beautiful lipstick formula. Love the shade Elegant Nude, and this, again, it's just so hydrating and so comfortable on the lips, and I just feel like they wear beautifully throughout the day. They're obviously not going to be very long lasting because they are more of a kind of like balmy or hydrating lipstick, but I feel like they fade very gracefully, which is really nice. And then the final product that I wanted to share with you in today's video is one of the best setting sprays ever. I have Sarah Rose to thank for this. This is the Makeup Revolution Fix and Glow setting spray. This is beautiful. Not very many people talk about this setting spray, and it is absolutely stunning. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's just so good. It makes your skin look so nice and healthy and glowy, but it really does help with kind of like bringing all of your powders together, with just melting your makeup together. I really reach for this a lot throughout the week. So I love it. It also smells so good. It almost kind of smells like your childhood in a way. I don't know how to explain it, but it smells divine. So those are all of my drugstore makeup gems. Those are all of my underrated drugstore makeup products I wanted to share with you in today's video. So my camera battery died. I do apologize for that, but I wanted to go ahead and film an outro for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed. Comment below, what are your drugstore gems? Do you agree with my drugstore gems? Do you have any underrated drugstore makeup that you recommend? Let's start a conversation in the comments, but I hope that you will subscribe. I hope that you will hit that notification bell anytime so that you're notified anytime that I upload. All of your likes and comments and support really does help my channel out. So thank you guys so much. And I will go ahead and see you in my next video. Bye.
Maybe one day it'll be easy, sweet like cotton candy sky.